It's not good for the Dallas Cowboys to not have running back Ezekiel Elliott. There's been a vibe coming from the organization now that they've gotten their sea legs regarding this holdout, that they'll get a deal done with Ezekiel Elliott. August 6th, today, is a day that many have been pointing to as the deadline for Ezekiel Elliott to return in order to get another year of credit toward free agency. I've said from the get-go, Chris, this day is irrelevant to Ezekiel Elliott because it's not about becoming a free agent. It's about getting a contract. He's still got 2 more years before he'd even be a free agent anyway. This is about drawing a line in the sand and getting paid, not setting the stage to become a free agent. He wants his money before he's a free agent because running backs get chewed up and spit out before they ever get a chance to get paid on the open market. So I've said all along this date's irrelevant. I stand by it today. I'd be stunned if Ezekiel Elliott says, oh, I better get to camp today because I don't want to lose my year of service toward free agency.
No chance. And you're 100% right, Mike Florio. I mean, there's no way he's coming to it. Yes, you know, he's drawn the line in the sand. He doesn't give a damn if he's a free agent or not. He's trying to save his body from taking more abuse until he gets paid. And I get that. And this is an underlying problem in the NFL. You know, we hit on it a little during the show. But, gosh, young kids out there, why would you want to play running back in the NFL right now? Why? I mean, it's crazy. Oh, go ahead and kill yourself for 3 or 4 years. And then when it's time to get paid and get rich, we're going to tell you you're abused and you're damaged goods and we're not going to pay you. And you'll probably be limping later in life, too, and have a lot of other physical issues. But don't worry, you had a few years playing in the NFL as a running back. It's BS. The NFL's got to fix it for this situation. It's you've heard me say it's the most physical position in all of sports. And yeah, Ezekiel Elliott, he's in this for the long haul. And I think eventually he will win out, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to pay him what he deserves and what he wants.
You know, the problem is at the lower levels of the sport, the kids who show up, who are the phenomenal athletes, that's like man among boys when they get the ball in their hands, they're the ones who become the running backs because the coaches at those levels, it's a lot easier to win games if all you have to do is give the ball to the best athlete and let him go run. You don't have to worry about technique. You don't have to worry about blocking. You don't have to worry about anything because nobody can catch the guy who develops into the running back. And that carries into high school, carries into college, and you get all the fame and the notoriety because you're the running back, your name's in the paper, you're the guy they want to interview, you're the star of the team. Then you get to the NFL level, and you're almost as fungible as a kicker or a punter.
No, there's no doubt about it. And, you know, added to that, we've seen, you know, ex-running backs with all the physical issues they've had to deal with, whether it's Tony Dorsett or Earl Campbell, and the list can continue to go on and on. It's a brutal position, and it's just not fair to some of these guys. It's really not. You know, I always bring up Alfred Morris is a perfect example. He's on the Dallas Cowboys roster right now to help out the fact that Ezekiel Elliott's not there, and he was a 6th-round pick who was top 5 in rushing in the NFL his first few years in the NFL. And you know what happened? I mean, here he is fighting for his life for the NFL minimum. Never got a big payday. And that's messed up. And I do think there has to be some acknowledgement from this in the NFL to maybe do something to where maybe the running back's salary only counts half of what it's really worth against the cap. Something to help these guys out a little bit because there's too many horror stories and not enough Adrian Peterson type stories where the guy can play for 10 and 11 years at the running back position. He's the outlier because he's one of the greatest freaks of nature we've ever seen in the sport.
Yeah, the problem is most of these guys have already given the best that they're ever going to give during those years where they are getting paid peanuts in comparison to what they would get on a second contract if they can continue to play at a high level. And not many of them can keep that up for 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.